Hello, this is the sixth video in working with Ken Stout. Meet that audio, it's coming through okay. And for those of you who are trying to catch the live stream when I only scheduled it 2 minutes before going live. It's been a busy day, so I haven't had as much time to give to this today as I had hoped, but I do have something worth throwing out. So it is July 21st, 2022, 6:10 p.m. Yesterday, Ken did the check the clock and the time zone on his computer. It turns out they were set correctly. So the information that I was able to glean off his video was not accurate. And he went through the steps of selecting the time zone and doing the time update, and that did not solve the problem. During his live stream last night, he did a few other things as well, including installing a different NVMe drive, installing fresh Windows on it, and it updates just fine, which is really not any surprise because every time I've come across Windows update problems, Nuke and Pave always solves it. And that's what he did, although he was on a different drive. He still has his original NVMe drive with his original installation that we can continue to try to fix. So the only way that using a different drive would not solve the problem is if there was some other real hardware problem. Now I have come across occasions like that, but that's typically when the computer won't run properly in Windows. It's not one specific problem, like in this case where it fails to do the Windows update. And in those occasions, what I typically do, I'll put in a different drive or even use the same drive and try to do a fresh install of Windows, and usually it won't install. And that tells me there's a problem with the motherboard or CPU. But that's not what we have going on here. Thank you, Tony. He says that the AV DVR is working. So I want to show the results of reviewing the log file. Because of the work that he did last night, he was able to give me a good fresh log file. Was that last night? Yeah, whatever. I'm getting confused right now because my day was kind of busy. But anyway, I have a good clean log of a single attempt to do a Windows update. So I'm going to show that over here on my monitor 1. I have it all set up in Microsoft Word. This panel right here shows the combination of the two files. Over here on the lower right corner is Ken's update log, and up here in the upper right is the update log on Baby Beast. Now what I did on Baby Beast, and if you're not familiar with the term, it's my secondary computer. I uninstalled the two most recent monthly cumulative updates so that I could try to simulate as close as I could the activity of doing the July cumulative update. So I got that log on my computer and from Ken's computer. When I come over here to this folder, I can show you the substantial difference in sizes of those logs. This one right here is 184 kilobytes, and that translated to 863 lines in the log file of things that the computer did while trying to install the update. And then this one right here is a lowercase BBB, that's Baby Beast. It's 957 kilobytes, much larger in size, and that translated to 4,775 lines in the log file. Now that's what we have over here in Microsoft Word using the compare document feature. Right here I use the combine feature to combine revisions from multiple authors into a single document. So this author up here is Doug for Baby Beast. This author down here is Ken for his computer. As I scroll down through the combined document right here, you can see the panels on the right-hand side scroll down to keep in line with it. In this middle section, the text that's showing in green is Ken's. Let's see, I'm going to go double check and make sure that is still Ken's 1680. No, I'm sorry, the green is my computer. So we'll think of the green as the update that worked. And then the purple is Ken's computer that did not work. So if I scroll down, we'll see text that's in green, we'll see text that's in purple. But the significant thing, as I grab this scroll box right up here, is watch these panels on the right-hand side, because there's a whole lot more lines of log file for Baby Beast than there is for Ken. So as I'm scrolling, you'll see that periodically his log file stops scrolling. That's because his computer wasn't doing any work. There are no lines of log file there. So it just was not working on it. I'm pulling the scroll box down quicker and quicker and quicker to show that his computer is just sitting there doing nothing. And then it starts scrolling again. And the two computers are synced up together. When you see the black text over here, that means they both had that same text. Now, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time here because we don't need to. And notice here in green, there's a whole bunch of driver lines here. These are specific device drivers that are part of the cumulative update. So each computer that does a cumulative update is going to have a little different experience because they have different drivers. But the drivers that are installed on your computer do have something to do with the cumulative update. So scrolling down the rest of this, and now you see both of those windows on the right-hand side are pretty much scrolling together. Okay, then I'm going to go back up to the top and look at a piece of information that's at the top of these files. Then I'm going to look at what is the last line in Ken's log file, because that's a clue. So here's the first difference. The agent Windows Update client version is 10.0.19041. When you do Windows key R and type WinVer, you'll get a 19041 or something within that range. And then this 1503 is the specific update client version for Ken. 1682 is the specific update client that's on Baby Beast. I'm suspicious that possibly somewhere back in time, Ken's computer failed to install a servicing stack update, which is responsible, as I understand, for having the Windows Update client contained within it. So it's possible that we could go install manually the most recent servicing stack update, and that might be the solution. However, I have another solution I'd prefer to go to because it's just going to be easier to accomplish. Now, if I scroll all the way down to the bottom of the combined document, then I'm going to move upward with this scroll bar until I see Ken's log file start moving. That'll tell me that I'm at the end of the two log files. There, when Ken's log file starts moving, that tells me I'm at the end of both of those log files where they are synced together. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to turn off my picture-in-picture. Ken's last line is queued, updates to install equals 1, meaning he has one update queued to install. Now we look up here at Baby Beast, and that same line should be real close. What I'll do to get it really dialed in here is I'll use this up arrow on the scroll bar until I see Ken's log start moving, and that tells me that I've got them lined up together. It's a whole lot easier to use this technique than to actually try to spot it with my eyes. And there they start moving together. So I'm going to come back down a little bit. So this queued updates to install equals 1. Well, my computer has that same line right here. And then it continues on. We see install client ID, monthly update orchestrator, and then install call completed, succeeded equals 1. So that's just saying that it called the install. And that's what completed is that call. And there's an end. All federated installs have completed. Then there's a whole bunch more stuff happening during that update. But Ken's just stopped right here. No error message at that point. No other information for us. It just stopped, which sounds to me possibly consistent with the idea that his Windows Update client is obsolete, and maybe he just didn't know how to take the next step. Now, the solution that I'd like to propose that Ken do with the people in his live stream tonight is take that USB memory stick that he created last night in order to do a fresh install on the the extra NVMe drive that he had on hand, and use that to do an upgrade installation over his existing installation. We talked about that technique before, and we just hadn't got around to trying it. It's fairly easy to do. I'm going to bring up here on Baby Beast, I have, whoops, wrong button. On Baby Beast, are you going to come awake for me? You're not going to come awake for me. Well, I have a USB thumb drive in that computer that has the Windows 10 installation on it. Apparently, my button's not working. So we'll just go without that. Because I don't think it's hard to understand. You put that memory stick in the computer when you have your original drive in there, and then you just navigate to that thumb drive and launch setup.exe. And that launches the installation, an upgrade installation of Windows 10 on top of the existing Windows 10. And it's going to take you through the screens that you just saw last night, or some of them are going to be the same. There's going to be some differences because this is an upgrade installation. You're not installing fresh. Now we know that we have a full recent image backup, so we're safe in that regard. And I have done this before. All your programs and all your data should be fine, intact, and not have an adverse effect on them. What I'm expecting this will do is install a current version of the Windows Update client. So that's the direction that I'd like to have you take, Ken. So I think I'm going to end this live stream right now. Just take a quick look to see who showed up in chat. Just a handful of people. Shows that there's 4 watching right now. And hello to all of you. Thank you for checking in. And Ken says he has replaced the Sabrent back into the new machine, which is his original drive. So that's all I got for you now. I am eager to see how it goes. All right. I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.